What's up, guys? I just wanted to thank you for coming back and watching my channel. Today I'm going to talk about why Dave Ramsey's baby steps suck and what's a better plan for your money. All it takes is 7 simple steps. Stay tuned at the end. I'll give you a preview of how to do that the best way. First, thank you for tuning in and welcome back to my channel. In this channel, we're going to talk about everything involving money, how to be financially independent, and today is the first time I've shown the kitchen behind me. This came from some feedback I got from some of you. You know who you are. Anyways, let me know if you'd like to see this background or if you'd rather see something else. Stay tuned until the end. Let me go ahead and take a moment to let you know that we have 2 cats. From time to time, you will definitely see them in the videos. Midnight is in my lap right now. He likes to jump up in my lap and behind my shoulders. You'll see him from time to time. We have plans to let some of our friends adopt our cats when we retire next year, and we will definitely come back to visit. Okay, so first, the problems with these steps. In step number 1, Dave talks about saving $1,000. That's not enough for 2025, in my opinion, and it's not enough in many financial experts' opinion as well. To adjust the $1,000 to today's money with inflation, the average family is going to need at least $3,000. So I would recommend, and this is not financial advice, but I would recommend that you start with $3,000. That should cover if your car breaks down or if you have a medical emergency, just really emergency situations and nothing more. $3,000, that's it. Above and beyond whatever your threshold is for your starter emergency fund, you should move into step 2, above and beyond that. Step 1 should not be comfortable. If you're comfortable with debt, then you will stay in it. In Dave's baby step number 2, he recommends paying off all debt. There's Luna. All debt except for your house, and use the debt snowball method. During this step, remember that he recommends only having $1,000, but most experts nowadays would recommend probably $3,000. Here's Midnight. So in the debt snowball method, you're going to basically pay off your lowest balance first up to your highest balance. During this time, he recommends closing all credit card accounts and don't do any unnecessary spending. You should be running from the lions that want your money. They want you to stay in debt. You should definitely not be comfortable during step 2. During step 2 for us, my wife and I lived on the road as truck drivers. We basically lived in our truck. We paid off all of our debt except for our mortgage. We sold our house, we sold our cars, and eventually we were debt free. It took us about 2 to 3 years. So that's step number 2. All right, so for step number 3, by the time you make it here, you should really know your budget, know your expenses, and know your income. Step number 3 says save 3 to 6 months of your expenses in an emergency fund. The emergency fund should be separate from your regular checking account that you pay your bills out of. For us, 3 to 6 months of expenses, what we felt comfortable with was $15,000. For you, it may be $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever. Whatever that number is that you feel comfortable with, that's what you should do for step number 3. Again, until you have that emergency fund fully built up to where you can sleep at night, you should not move on to step number 4, 5, or 6, or 7. Now you've reached it to step number 4. By this point, you've paid off your debts except for your mortgage. You have an emergency fund. At step number 4, Dave recommends that you save 15% of your income in a retirement account. 15% of your income in a retirement account for 10 to 20 or 30 years will give you the current lifestyle you have in retirement. Now, the problem with that is if you really want to approach FIRE, then you're going to need to save more than 15%. I recommend saving as much as possible at this step. But if you're comfortable with your life and you want that life to continue at its current level, then 15% is appropriate. For Dave, step number 5 is going to be save for your children's college fund. So for me, I don't have any kids of my own, and for Mindy, she doesn't have any kids that are going to college. So that's not part of our life plans. But if you do have kids and you want them to go to school, please consider a college education fund, and there are definitely tax advantage ways that you can approach that. So that's step 5. That's short for me. Step 6 is pay off your home early. Wow, what freedom. No more mortgage, no more rent. You can live basically for free except for your utilities and whatever you decide to eat on. Well, the problem with that for me is I don't plan on living here for the rest of my life. I plan on traveling around the world. So step 6 doesn't really apply to me. If it applies to you, then go ahead and pay off your mortgage. So you've reached it to the end. Step number 7. Dave's big step number 7, build wealth and give. No duh, Dave. If you've reached it through steps 1 through 6, there's really no other option. Your wealth will build. Your money will grow. Unless you spend it or give it away, that's the only option. So step number 7 is not really a step. Your wealth will build. You can give your money. So what's a good alternative to Dave's baby steps? There are many, many financial gurus out there who will tell you plenty of fine plans. One of the ones that I prefer is the How to Money podcast. I'll put a link in the description down below. But the How to Money podcast makes it very simple. Step number 1, and by the way, they make it 7 steps just to align with Dave's. Step number 1, save $3,045 for a basic emergency fund. That aligns with Dave's plus inflation. Step number 2, snag your company 401k match. Whatever that match is, 4%, 5%, 6%, those are like about the averages for what companies are matching nowadays. In my opinion, it doesn't make much of a difference whether you go with the company match or not while you're paying off your high interest debt, because if you really focus on it, the extra few percentage points, the extra few dollars that your company match will get you from that 4% that you're putting in is not going to make a hill of beans in the long run. You might get a better advantage from getting the momentum and the motivation from just paying off your debts 1 month sooner. But mathematically, definitely get the snag of your 401k match. Number 3, pay off high interest debt. Anything I would say above what you can earn in your high yield savings accounts. Nowadays, you can get about 4% in high yield savings accounts. If your interest is above that, then you need to be paying that off. That's a high interest debt. That's step number 3 from the How to Money podcast. Step number 4, fully fund your emergency fund. Again, for us, that was $15,000, but for you, take 3 to 6 months of your living expenses and make that your emergency fund. Step 5, invest in a tax-sheltered retirement account. So that's where they say to look at your 401k, your Roth IRA, your traditional IRA. Max those out as much as you can. Whether that's $7,000 a year or $20,000 a year, whatever you can put in, max it out. Step number 6, after you have maxed out your tax advantaged accounts, pay off lower interest debt, Lower interest being below what the current money market accounts are giving, your high yield savings accounts. So if it's below 3 or 4%, now you can go to pay those debts off. And step number 7, pursue your other big money goals. For me, step number 7 means traveling the world. I hope to see you there. So for me, one of the biggest problems I have with Dave Ramsey is that he is so anti-debt that he says that you should never get a credit card. Well, I disagree with that. You can agree with that or disagree with that if you like, but I like to get cash back and points on my spend. And I really pursue getting at least 2% back for every dollar that I spend, and I really target 5% or more. In one of my next upcoming videos, I will be sharing how I use my credit cards to get between 2 and 5% cash back. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see next, and I will be sharing my investment strategies.